Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Today, the question is, what is the why of your life? What is the root underneath it all? And I was just thinking back in my life, the things that I've thinking about. There was a day where my whole identity was rooted in being a tennis player. The why behind my life was to be the best I possibly could be. And in high school, I got to the point of my partner and I won Valley in doubles. And that was like a pinnacle point. And that satisfaction only lasts like an hour, right? And then what? Right? And then there was a time period that the why of my life was getting as fit as I possibly could. It was 6 days in the gym, 20 hours a week in the gym, getting up to like 220 pounds and like 8.5% body fat, right? But the underneath, the why underneath, there was that soul longing that was still there in my life, just like before. Everything was about the exterior, like I'm doing all this behavior, trying to fill that void within, and I never could. Then it was like more the depraved route as far as the party life and all that, trying to fill that void within, the why behind my life. All those other things, the tennis, the working out and all that was about me, trying to make myself good enough to feel satisfied, to get acceptance and love from other people, right? It wasn't until I came back to this place of being completely broken to realizing all of a sudden when I submitted my life to God, I got to the point of understanding that there's something greater than just me. And that all of a sudden my life made sense because now I'm meant to, I was created in the image of God. And that image was fractured in the garden. And now I can come back to that place that Jesus came to reconcile us back to the love of God. All of a sudden that opened up to me that I wasn't created for me, I was created for Him, to love Him and to love others. And that set me free. Now all of a sudden, no matter where I am, I'm walking in freedom instead of in bondage to self. And so that's the beauty of being a child of God. Now the process is, from that point forward, it's just being transformed more and more into His image and being gracious with myself in the process and with others, to truly to be loved by God and then to love others. And that's freedom, rather than being in bondage to having to go to the gym every day to get that approval from other people instead of being content with who I am and whose I am. And that's the thing that really sets the man or woman free, is when they come to that place. That is relationship with God. We were created for something more than living a life centered in self. But what happened because of that fracture, because we went inward, we're always searching for love and acceptance from others instead of being content with who we are, what we were created for, and then being able to truly love people unconditionally. So that's the question. Are you free? Do you truly believe at your core that you're able to love people unconditionally? And that's it. And that's why Jesus is saying that, come to me all who are weary and carry heavy burdens. That's a heavy burden of trying to carry, all that stuff all that time. And it wasn't until I came back home to Him that I experienced that freedom, the beauty of being His. And there's no better way to live. The last 7.5 years has been just one day, just that peace of God being within me. Let the peace of God rule in your hearts. The peace of Christ. It's in Colossians 3:15. And I've experienced that in my life. And that's what this is all about. Anyway, God bless y'all.